defensive line show. They had great defense. They won on defense, special teams, offense, coaching. They won in every aspect of that game. Urban Meyer.
This little blue stripe right there, and I always like the relics with the nice blue, with the nice stripe down them.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over my predictions for the second half of bowl season, and if you watched my first half of bowl season predictions, you know how I distinct the halves of bowl season. If the games are before Christmas, it is the first half of bowl season. After Christmas, it's the second half. After Christmas, it's usually the Power 5 conferences. So we're going to be going over the second half of bowl season predictions, and no, the New Year's 6 bowls are not in this. I'm going to save those for a separate video. Get complete breakdowns of those. So they're not going to be in those videos, and I hope everybody had a great Christmas yesterday. I know I personally did. So, again, hope everybody had a great Christmas yesterday, and if you saw the video from yesterday, you do know I am doing a giveaway to all my subscribers for like a Christmas present to all of you guys that are subscribed to my YouTube channel. So if you are subscribed, that's all you need to do. If you're subscribed to the channel, you will be entered into the giveaway, which will be drawn and announced on January 31st, which is New Year's Eve. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It is a Royals commemorative baseball that I will be giving away. So make sure you are in that giveaway. And I will give away the 2018 Royals commemorative baseball to somebody who is subscribed to the YouTube channel. So let's get into the bowl season predictions. First, we have the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl between Boston College and 25th ranked Boise State. Boston College, their weakness is on the ground game, 189.1 rushing yards per game. Boise State, their defense thrives against the rush, allowing 122.9 rush yards per game. If Boston College can't run the football against Boise State, I don't see Boston College winning this game. Give me the 25th ranked Boise State team to win this First Responders Bowl. Next, we have the Quick Lane Bowl, Minnesota taking on Georgia Tech. Minnesota with 170.7 rushing yards allowed per game. Georgia Tech, 334.9 rushing yards per game. So they heavily rely on the rush, and I think if Minnesota's run defense, they're very good. I think Minnesota can stop Georgia Tech's run. Georgia Tech, they're going to have to go to the pass. 84.3 passing yards per game. So Georgia Tech, if their run offense gets shut down like I think they will, they don't have a pass game to turn to. I think Minnesota's going to win this game. Next, we have the Cheez It Bowl. TCU taking on California. TCU with 26.8 passing yards per game. Cal allowing 187.1 passing yards per game. TCU, I think that their offense, their passing game is just a little is better than Cal's passing defense. I think TCU is going to win this game with passing. Give me the Horned Frogs in the Cheez It Bowl. Next, we have Walk-On's Independence Bowl. Temple taking on Duke. Temple allowing 420.3 yards per game. Duke with 419.4 yards allowed per game. Temple, if you get yards, you're eventually going to get into the end zone. And if Duke can't stop Temple, they can't stop Temple from putting points on the board, then Temple's going to win this game. Give me Temple the Owls in the Independence Bowl. Next, we have the New Era Pinstripe Bowl. Miami taking on Wisconsin. Wisconsin with 268.4 rushing yards per game. Miami, the strength of their defense is runs. It was the rush, 127.5 rushing yards allowed per game. And Wisconsin, if their strength is on the ground, Miami's strength is keeping that ground intact. I think Miami will just sneak by in this one. The Hurricanes will win this just sneaking by, getting a couple of crucial stops on defense, just able to contain Wisconsin's run offense just enough to squeak by in the Pinstripe Bowl. Give me the Hurricanes in that one. Next, we have the Academy Sports and Outdoor Texas Bowl. Baylor taking on Vanderbilt, two teams who, coming into the season, a lot of teams said there is no way these teams are reaching a bowl game. Maybe Vanderbilt, but not. A lot of people expected Baylor to make a bowl game. Finishing 6-6, they got in. But if Baylor, they're allowing 238.4 passing yards per game. Vanderbilt with 240.2 passing yards per game. Vanderbilt is going to win this game through the air. The Commodores are going to beat the Bears with passing. So give me Vanderbilt in the Texas Bowl. Next we have Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl. Purdue taking on Auburn. Purdue defeated number 2 Ohio State earlier this season. Defeated number 21 Iowa. Defeated Michigan State. Purdue can win the big game. They have proved that this season. Auburn is 1-4 in bowl games under Gus Malzahn. Auburn can't win the big one under Malzahn. Purdue, they can win the big one this year. I'm taking Purdue in the Music City Bowl. Next we have the Camping World Bowl between number 20 Syracuse and number 16 West Virginia. Syracuse, their pass defense halfway decent, 263 passing yards allowed per game, but West Virginia, they don't have a strong run offense, and they're without Will Grier, so they're not going to have a passing attack. Syracuse is going to win this game because West Virginia won't have a pass offense. Give me the 20th ranked Syracuse Orange in the Camping World Bowl. Next, we have the Valero Alamo Bowl. 24th ranked Iowa State taking on 13th ranked Washington State. Iowa State allowing 228.8 pass yards per game. Washington State 379.8 passing yards per game. Gardner Minshew, a fantastic quarterback. I think that Minshew and Washington State's offense will pick apart Iowa State through the air. Give me the 13th ranked Washington State in the Alamo Bowl. Next, we have the Belk Bowl. South Carolina taking on Virginia. First, let's go with Virginia. Virginia only allowing 157.1 rushing yards per game. So Virginia, they're stopping South Carolina's main, attack on offense. They go to the pass a little bit with Jake Bentley, but I believe South Carolina has showed that they're a little bit more of a threat on the ground. But if Virginia can stop that, they can win the game. But I'm picking South Carolina because, upsets happen. I think this is the game where that big upset happens. Give me South Carolina because of bowl upsets in college football in the Belk Bowl. Next, we have the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. Arkansas State taking on Nevada. Arkansas State with 181.5 rushing yards per game. That's their weakness on offense. Nevada's strength on defense, containing the run game. 135.2 rushing yards allowed per game. Give me Nevada able to contain Arkansas State on the ground to win the Arizona Bowl. Next, we have the Military Bowl. We got Cincinnati taking on Virginia Tech. Cincinnati, 188.2 passing yards allowed per game, as opposed to Virginia Tech's 256.8 passing yards per game. Cincinnati's strength on defense is Virginia Tech's strength on offense. I think Cincinnati wins this game just because defense, if you have a defense that's got a big strength and an offense that's got a big strength, they're the same thing. Cincinnati, their defense thrives in stopping the pass. Virginia Tech, their offense thrives passing the football. I think Cincinnati wins this game, able to contain Virginia Tech through the air. Next, we have the Hyundai Sun Bowl. Stanford taking on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh with 229.5 rushing yards per game. They rely on DeAndre Hall and Quadrid Olison in the backfield. Stanford, they're going to miss Bryce Love on offense, but they have only allowed 140.9 rushing yards per game. Pitt can't get the rush game off and running against Stanford like I think they do. Like I think they won't. Pitt under 100 passing yards per game. I think Stanford wins this game, able to contain Pitt's run game. Stanford wins the Sun Bowl. Next, we have the Redbox Bowl, Oregon taking on Michigan State. Michigan State with 19.8 points per game. Oregon allowing 27 points per game. If you can't put points on the board, you can't win a football game. I think Oregon wins it, keeping Michigan State contained on the scoreboard. Next, we have the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Oklahoma State taking on number 23 Missouri. Missouri has lost to top teams before. Has lost to some top teams before. They can't win a big one. Losing to number 12th ranked Kentucky earlier this season. Team that did surprisingly good. Oklahoma State, 2 top 10 wins this season over number 9 at the time, number 9 West Virginia, and number 6 at the time Texas. Oklahoma can win the big one, Missouri can't. Same case going on in the Music Bowl, in the Music City Bowl. Purdue can win the big one, Auburn can't. That's why I picked Purdue. Missouri can't win the big one, Oklahoma State can. That's why I'm taking the Cowboys in the Liberty Bowl. Next, we have the San Diego Credit Union Holiday Bowl, number 22, the 22nd ranked Northwestern Wildcats taking on the 17th ranked Utah Utes. Northwestern with only 23.7 points per game. Utah allowing 18.5 points per game. Again, same case as the Redbox Bowl. You can't put points on the board, you can't win. That's why Utah wins this game, holding Northwestern on the scoreboard. Next, we have the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, and NC State taking on 19th ranked Texas A&M. Texas A&M with 203.8 rushing yards per game. North Carolina State only allowing 109.1 rushing yards per game. But Texas A&M, they have faced more qualified teams. They're in the SEC. They have faced some challenges, and they have overcome those challenges running the football. North Carolina State, they have had some big games. They have not been able to contain the run. Clemson was able to keep North Carolina. It was able to attack North Carolina State and beat them on the ground. Texas A&M, they beat LSU in 7 overtimes, but they were able to stay in that game in regulation because of their attack on the ground. Give me 19th ranked Texas A&M in Gator Bowl. Next we have, and finally, the Outback Bowl, 18th ranked Mississippi State taking on Iowa. Mississippi State with 164.2 passing yards allowed per game. Iowa with 227.7 passing yards per game. I think Mississippi State's defense is going to be able to contain Iowa through the air. Give me the 18th ranked Bulldogs of Mississippi State in the Outback Bowl. That's going to wrap it up for this predictions video for the second half of bowl season. Make sure to comment your thoughts on those predictions below. If you disagree with me, put it in the comments below. If you agree with me, put it in the comments below. Just say something about your predictions about what's going to happen in the second half of bowl season. Make sure to like this video for more videos similar to this. I will be doing a New Year's 6 bowl predictions video coming up soon. So make sure to stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for the Royals commemorative baseball giveaway. The winner will be announced on New Year's Eve. All you have to do is be subscribed. Make sure your subscriptions are public so that I can see you are subscribed to this channel. Until next time, again, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you're subscribed for the Royals commemorative baseball giveaway.